Hi everyone, you're all welcome to today's tutorial. This is Style by Sunny, and to my subscribers, I am super excited. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to sew this blouse. Yes, in the previous one, we learned how to do the pattern drafting, but in today's own, we are learning how to sew the blouse. So if this is what you are interested in, please watch to the end. Alright guys, from our previous video, these are our pattern papers. In the previous video, I did not go ahead to put my dart intake, so that is why my sewing allowance at the bodies are seeming bigger. These are our cups. I've gone ahead to put 1/2 inch all around it. Yes, and put your sewing allowances too at the bodies, the yokes, the back yoke and the front yoke, the center cup, the center cup and the side cup. These are it. So now these are the pieces and the patterns that we are having. Now we'll move straight to the sewing machine to see how to join it. Okay, moving further, I went ahead to put stay on the main fabric that I'm using, and I used paper tissue, paper gum on the lining, and each of these patterns are having lining. I made the linings to be shorter with the main cloth with 1 inch at the hem, so that it can switch in very well when we turn it, because we are going to be turning the hem. Okay guys, this is me now joining the front bodies together. The dart area, that's those parts having the cup, I've joined that, and now this is me joining the cups. You join your cups by the 1/2 inch that you gave. Yes, all around it. This is me joining it by 1/2 inch. I've already done the first one. I've already joined the first one. I'm trying to make this video not to be too lengthy. So I've joined the first one. Now I'm joining the second cup. You join it with the 1/2 inch seam allowance that you added to the side, to all the sides. So this is me joining it. Now after joining, I'll bring in the second cup so that we can see what we are having. If you cut it guys very well, you're going to have a perfect cup just like what we are having. So in this tutorial, we're going to be using a bust caging art. Yes, we did not use we did not use an already made bra cup, so we are going to be caging our bust. This is me now marking my lines. Yes, marking my lines, the horizontal lines, the vertical lines, and the caging is going to be on the lining. This is the lining piece that I'm having. I've already gone ahead to cage the first one, and now I'm showing you guys how to do it on the second cup. So this is me now placing the bonings, putting them ahead and joining. So guys, if you're putting your boning in your cup to make a bust cage, please make sure not to drag your boning. Don't drag your boning, and don't drag the bra cup don't drag the lining or whatever you're sewing the boning on, because if you drag it, it is going to now give it this flat effect. But once you just keep sewing and gently follow it, don't drag it, it is going to give you this deep effect inside it. So now this is me going ahead to sew all the straight lines, and I went further to sew the ones that cut across. As you can see, the bust caging is coming out already, even before we are done. As you can see, we still have some lines done, but it is still giving, it has already started giving what it is supposed to be giving. Now guys, this is not a bust caging class, so that is why I am trying my best not to make this longer. If you want a detailed tutorial on bust caging, you can still give me a comment in the comment section. Or after this video, if there's anything that you need to, if you have questions where you don't understand, you can still say something in the comment section. Okay, this is me now still putting the boning. This boning wahala, no be here. It's not just it's much easier watching it than doing it. But if you try it, believe me, just try it. When you mark your lines, then you follow it gently, you walk around it gently, you're going to get it. Mind you are going to be using a red line bone. You don't use a plastic bone for bust caging. It cannot be sewed. It cannot be sewed on. So you use a sewable boning for your bust caging. And don't forget, the smaller the boning, the easier the sewing. Yes, if you want to do a bust caging art, it's not a must you use all those big bones like half of an inch and all of that. You can use any one around quarter of an inch or 0.25. Yes, you must not use that one that is up to half of an inch. There are smaller ones. It's the smaller one that I used in this video, and it came out so perfect and very easy. Now after this, after sewing the bones, we are going to the ironing table to iron this bone out. Yes, we are going to the iron table to iron it out. So this is me now on the iron table. I have finished sewing it. You use your iron if you have your steam iron, or you have water near you. Yes, you have water inside the container near you that you can use to be steaming your ironing if you don't have a steam iron. I'm not working with a steam iron, so you can see me applying water to it. And you use your tailor's ham. Yes, because it is going to help you to curve the bust area very neat. Fine, I'm using a softest wadding to cover up that boning so that it's not going to be poking on the dress. You can achieve this also using fleshing. There's what they call fleshing. They sell it in furniture shop and in some tailor's shop. But I wasn't having that readily available, so I made use of what I had. I was having a wadding and my stay. I used the wadding to cover it up as you can see me do. After that, I went ahead with stay so that it can be firm. This is me putting the stay so that it can come on it and give it that better flat fitting. So that is that for that. After ironing now, I'm going to show us what we are having. Please make sure to iron your caging very well, because ironing is also the main thing that gives it that shape. Yes, that deep shape. It is how you iron it that matters. And as you're ironing, you're curving it up to make it round. Yes, so I'm going to show us what we have. Now this is what we have. This is the main piece, and this is the bust cage. You can see how deep the inside is. This is our main bodice. So I've assembled them together, joining each of the pieces together. These are for the back piece. I've joined it up, and this is for the front. Also the linings, I've also joined the linings up. Now always go ahead to cut off your seam allowances. In a corset dress, you don't need to have too much clothes packing up around inside the dress. Is going to be looking somehow. Now moving further, this is me now marking my boning channels. I marked one at the center. I marked one at the seam where I joined the front and the center front and the two sides together, and I went ahead to give it one around the side also. Okay, the bonings, I did this for both the front piece and for the back piece. I used an inside boning, in-seam boning. I didn't use the boning that was on the dress. I wanted everything to be neat outside. That was why I used invisible boning techniques, the one that is sewn direct on the lining. So that is what we are having now. I was not paying so much attention. I was busy working. I didn't know that my camera wasn't filming when I was putting up my bones. But nevertheless, it's just a simple art. Just get your bones. As you can see, I already joined it to the lining. sew it straight on both sides, just like you sew your normal boning. Now this is me now bringing the cup for the lining piece. I started from one end of the joining that we made, yes, one end of the joining to the end of the upper side, and I'm going to flip it over to the other side so that I can still join it up to cover up the cup. If you do it like this, it is going to be much easier for you, because the bonings there, they are way too much. So if you want to start from one end to the other, you might be running shortage, or you have excess at the end of it. So it's better to start from one end to the other. And after that, make sure to trim all your sewing allowances so that your inner corset will be as neat as possible. This is me trimming up all my allowances that I used, as you can see. So this is me, I've already done that, trim it up, and this is the front, what it looks like. You can see how deep this cup is looking like. It is giving, guys. So if you cut your patterns very, very well, you are not going to be having any excess. Just like what we are having in this video, there were no excesses, as you can see. The cups and the sides all aligned. Furthermore, I've gone ahead to put my yoke. Don't forget, when we cut the yoke started from one side of the center of the side dart. Yes, the yoke is not a round yoke, it's a stylish yoke that started from the other ending leg of the dart, both for the front and for the back. So that is what I've gone ahead to do. My bonings, I used masking tape to cover the mouth so that it will not still be poking around. Fine, we are going to be using inseam finish for this dress. So we are going to move to the machine to join the front bodice and the back bodice together for the main material. Yes, after joining that, we'll still join the linings together and then use the lining to turn up the front, the main clothes. That is what inseam is all about, and that is what we are going to be doing. So this is me now joining the front, the main fabric, joining the front and the back together with my sewing allowance. I gave it a sewing allowance of 1.5 inches, but it is better to have 1 inch only, so that at the end of it you trim off 1/2 inch from the 1 inch, and then you leave like 1/2 inch, or even not up to 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch there. So this is me now. I've joined one side of it, making sure that the seams align. So at the end of it, I used 1.5, but I later cut out 1 inch away from it, leaving only 1/2 inch for the seam allowance, so that I will not have bulky allowances inside the cloth. It's not going to be neat. It's going to give it this funny look. Normally corsets, you just have, if you sometimes 1/2 inch sewing allowance, and especially if you're going to be doing inseam, so that everything will just be neat and aligned the way it is supposed. So this is me joining the other side of the clothes. The waist, the two waists should be equal. The front and the back waist should be equal. No, anyone should be longer than each other, so that you can have this perfect snatching around the waist, so that everything will be looking okay and looking good. I will also do this to the lining piece and bring it to show us. Okay, I've gone ahead to join and I've cut out my sewing allowance. As you can see, I'm only having 1/2 inch around there. Now remember, when we were cutting the pattern, we added 2.5 inches to do hip line. Yes, to the hip measurement we added 2.5 inches because we wanted to give this piece a little conical effect around the hip area. So this is me marking the 2.5 inches on all of the sides, because we are going to be ironing the same soft wadding that we used on the bust caging art. We are going to be ironing it around that part, so that it's going to be giving structure. Yeah, so that it is just to give structure. You can achieve this using your fleshing too, or you can use any strong gum of your choice, either gum stay, pepper gum, stay, but I chose to use my softest wadding, and I will go ahead to iron it. Now I've ironed it out, and I want to now use the lining. I've already shaped the lining piece together, and I've shaped the bodice piece, that's the front and the back piece together. Now this is me now trying to turn, I want to turn the lining and the cloth together so that they can become one piece. Yes, so this is me now aligning my yokes. Mind you, the yoke should be facing, the front side of the yoke and the front side of the cloth should be facing each other, thereby the back of the yoke facing you. Yes, the back of the yoke should be upwards facing you. So you have to make your seam allowances, both the side, the darts, intake, everything should align. This is me now trying to make sure that they align before I can join them up. So to join this, you start from one side of the back. Already you've joined the front and the back together, so you now have one piece. So you're starting from one end of the back, sewing to the center front, then stop at the other end of the back piece. So this is me now trying to align the hem also. This is me aligning the hem because all the seam allowances, all the seams, they must align. The dart, the side seam, the back dart, the center front, everything have to align, because you know that this is not a normal hemline. The hem of this blouse is very stylish. So if you don't follow all these things to make sure all of it are aligning, after sewing you're going to have a funny outcome. So now this is me now going ahead to align all of it together. As you can see, I've gone ahead to gum this thing I told you, and this is what we have at the end of it after joining the lining and the cloth together. This is our bust gauging. You can see there are no bra cups. There's no already made bra cup in this thing, but you can see how the bust is standing. Oh, this is what we are having, guys. Okay, guys, if you have watched to this part and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please kindly subscribe, like my video, and give me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is the inside. I told you guys it is an inseam finish. This is the inside, and this is what we have. You can see the bra cups, the caging effect that we had, and all of that. I didn't go ahead to add a sleeve because of the length of this video. And after now, I am going to be putting my eyelet at the back of it. Yes, I have not put my eyelet. I'm going to be putting my eyelet at it. I added boning at the back side so that to give the eyelet a place to stay. You understand? So guys, thank you for watching. Bye.